Right, welcome back, you redoubtable top-hatted brigands. I am Evil Tim, and this is Let's Play Perfect Dark. Let's get back to playing Perfect Dark, shall we? After a bit of a pause there, let's get a decent update schedule going, which we'll do by updating. Now, because it is the most logical place to go after the previous mission, we're going to go to Area 51 in order to infiltrate it. Apparently the plot decided to not take its Ritalin today. We are going to shut down their intercept radar, plant a comms device on an antenna, disable all the robot interceptors, gain access to the hangar lift, and make contact with I Spy, which is a game based on I Spy, but involving the speed of light. Well, we've got to get those constants in here somehow. Anyway, okay, let's start up, shall we? Forget this cutscene, we've seen it millions of... Oh. Yes, in a spate of fantastic level design, if you skip the opening cutscene, you start with a guard in your face, meaning you always have to watch at least part of it.
Our operative inside Area 51 was able to get this out to us.
Apparently someone else filmed it and then he filmed it on their television.
A deserted helipad on the edge of the base. The lift down to the hangars and the rendezvous point is beyond that wall.
It's not a wall.
Watch out for these guards.
And watch out for the drone gun directly behind you.
Here's the communications antenna. Attach a comms rider bug so we can talk to you when you're inside the base.
Can I not attach it?
Watch out for hostiles.
Who are picking their noses at the moment, I guess. Oh, there's a scientist. We don't really care about him.
Oh my god.
What, yours too?
Here is our friend.
It's a gray. Sham bam bam enough.
He appears to be
okay, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves there.
He hasn't regained consciousness yet. By the look of it,
they're about to fuck with him with screwdrivers.
Preliminary tests, and we'll begin dissection soon.
And since this video was taken an hour ago, he's probably dead.
Any questions?
She
no.
asked you a question.
Away you go to the hangar.
How many times is she going to be fobbed off? I think we're running out of opportunity, really, aren't we?
Agent Dark, mission log, 10:28 hours. Against my better judgment, I'm about to enter Area 51.
Area 51 is massive. You entered it ages ago, you liar. You also notice from the sky, this is apparently the version of Area 51 which is on Mars. So, anyway, now that we have actually watched the whole cutscene, we are not ambushed by a guard the instant the level starts, and instead we ambush a guard the instant the level starts. Now, normally that guy there will run to that drone gun over there. I'm not sure why he didn't this time, because he usually tries to switch it on. Now, for some reason, that drone gun has much less health than any of the other ones in the levels. He just blasts it a couple of times, and it explodes, perhaps to introduce us to the idea that drone guns explode. Again. I don't know what that's about at all. Now, in this level you will actually find the guards are big on throwing grenades at you, and this is also one of the few levels in the game where you do not find CMP-150s, which is good. There's a bit of variation going on. Unfortunately, what you do get is this game's version of the Klob, the Magsec 4, hooray! Now, it's not that bad as a single-shot pistol. I'll just demonstrate here for a minute that these things, unless you are seen by their axis of rotation, they just imagine you're not there. They pretend, you see. It's got a 3-round burst mode, but you're not really going to hit anything with it unless you're at point-blank range, so it's kind of pointless. It's also got a scope, which is something of a cruel joke. Unless you're ducking, in which case you can sniperty with it. Now, we've just seen another drone gun over here, which we can blast using our Falcon 2, because it has higher accuracy and will waste less bullets, you see. There it goes, we've blown that one up. Now, this level also includes 2 pieces of speech which are cut out by placing them way above the level, as opposed to by actually taking them out, as with most of the other cut speech in the game. Well, I don't have a Game Shark, which means I can't get to them, and so I have instead dubbed them back in again for the benefit of people who need really obvious tips about this level from Daniel Carrington, I suppose. So we just look at the ruins of that drone gun we destroyed, and then we'll make our way over here in order to find some more wondrous fuck you traps. But first, a man will run away from us, for he is afraid. There he goes. Now, that guy over there can summon between 2 and 5 other guards, I think there is. I've definitely seen 4 come out before. I can't remember if it's 5 or not. Luckily, all of them are affected by their belief in a maximum range, which means they have to come way up this tunnel before they can fire at us. Fortunately, we are not affected by that, and so we are free to blow off their heads when this gun is actually prepared to hit them. So we're going to have a quick try at attracting the other guards here, but we're going to fail, and so we will instead turn around and reveal something about this level, the first of many more fuck you traps here. You see, when you go up here, you will find that there is a large red button. We will see it in a minute. There it is, a very large red button, which we can turn green. Turning it green will open that door, which will allow us to prance in there and maybe go to those doors, except that there are 3 drone guns pointed at it. Now, the best way to find out, and the only way to find out there are 3 drone guns pointed at it, is to get shot dead by them. which will happen the first time you go through that door. Anyway, there's a man over here. What's that all about? Well, if we go to perfect dark mode for a minute, which allows us to turn up enemy health, we can find him. This man is supposed to be spawned at the start of the level and is meant to be killed instantly by being dealt lethal damage. However, because we've turned his health up, he isn't. As you can see here, he's carrying a rocket launcher. There are several guys like that in the game who are marked for doom, and no one's really sure why precisely. Anyway, we'll throw this here because of another marvelous thing here. Yeah, there's a minefield here. They didn't really try to inform us of that, did they? You know, maybe that intro video could have told us more about the drone guns and minefields rather than a handful of nondescript guards. There's 3 other mines in the minefield, but they're all over in that corner, so we don't have to bother about them. Instead, we'll take the first secret weapon of the level, which is this rocket launcher, which is not really in any way secret and is supposed to be used for something specific anyway. So now we're going to crawl through this tunnel here and get our Mag-Sec 4 out and deal with this man. There we go, we've shot him in the back. Now, you might wonder why the hell the NSA, of all possible agencies, are the bad guys here. Well, you have to remember this is the late 90s. It had just come out that the echelon system was real, as opposed to being an insane conspiracy theory as everyone had thought for the last 30 years or so. This made them the bad guys of the day, as it were. Never mind that they're not really in a particularly good position to, I don't know, dissect aliens or run US Air Force bases. That all had to fall by the wayside. So now we will take out the evil drone guns which are guarding this facility, and then we'll go over there to set ourselves up to get a secret weapon in the next level. And we have to destroy that robot interceptor, however, so we have to be a bit tricky about this. There's that guy there. We have to make sure he doesn't die in this level. However, that thing will blow up if we destroy it, so well, we have to lure him over here, and sometimes he'll shoot you in the back for trying that. He's not very charitable at all. So we run over here, run behind him, disarm him, and then we will blow up his pet robot. And then after that, I will loop in the piece of dialogue that is missing here.
The air intercept radar is controlled from that bunker.
And we can only surmise these things were cut because they were kind of stupid. So we'll pick up that guy's grenade, and I'm just going to warn anybody who is wearing headphones at the moment, if you would turn your volume down, because there is an unbelievably loud sound effect coming up because of this next thing. This is another wondrous trap too. You see these crates? Laser shooting crates. You're not going to see that, but it's really kind of stupid. So we're going to disable the laser shooting crates using this grenade, because otherwise they would come on and inconvenience us. Now we're also going to accidentally throw another grenade there, which I didn't mean to do, but it will have an effect anyway. You see, when you set off the alarm in there, it summons 2 guards. It puts on a set of lasers, and normally, because it sets off the alarm when you set the explosives, it will start a timer. These are all not good things, so we are instead going to outfox that particular trap and deal with these men, who would otherwise be blasting us from the entrance to this room while we were trying to circumvent a grid of lasers that turn on and off. There's also a useless red button over there. I'm not really sure what the hell that's all about, and I don't think anyone is, so we're going to place the explosives on that, and we are going to run away. We have 20 seconds to get out of this corridor. Yep, we beat that one. So, anyway, now that we have set that, here comes the other one.
Hangar lift is the other side of the huge door.
Now, I suppose they cut that out because these are shutters rather than doors, and so it's not particularly relevant anymore. Now, the guy down there who we knocked out, his keycard will open those doors, but it will do it later. Just listen to this music for a minute, I mean, honestly. Just had to add a few more tubers making farting noises, and you can put this in Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, dear lord, it's madness, I tell you. Now we must face up to a challenge of might and strength. Man versus machine, and we're a woman, so it's not really going to go that well for us. So we have to whip out our rocket launcher and fire it at this drone gun, but it wounds us as we try that. Now, if you try that with a gun, it's even worse, because there isn't really a good place to take cover from it, and you will take damage instead. But now we've got more men to snipe the other 3 from before, you see. So, as they run up here, we will blast them, and then I will demonstrate that while this game has on-screen reloads, you don't actually have to use them if you don't want to. It's very odd, so in order to demonstrate that, we will first pause the game.